Good morning. It is September 1st and this is my third video. I'm a day late. I had promised I'd do them on Monday, but I had a migraine last week for a couple of days, so it put everything out of just, just goes like that. Today I've decided on a couple of things. Well, not just today, this week I've been thinking about how I'm going to organise my life, these videos, and get myself a little bit more together. So first I'm going to talk about the past, as in the past week, how it was for me. I basically, because I had a migraine for a couple of days, it kind of put my life a little bit behind, but due to the FlyLady system, my home is still in good order. I did do my weekly plan, or my weekly home blessing. I mostly kept to my morning and evening routines, and that's enough to keep the place ticking over. This week I'm feeling a bit better. I might get a little bit more done. I do need to do a little bit in my office area. I don't even know what zone that's in, but I have been kind of using it as the hot spot, I suppose. I've just been putting things there. So it's a little thing I'm going to do this week. I also didn't get much walking in. I did have one walk. I'm trying to decide if I'm procrastinating, and when a lot of people say people procrastinate because of perfectionism, I can't say that's the case, or whether I was lazy, or whether it was just a kind of side effect of not feeling very good for a couple of days that I needed to take it easy. I don't know. I tend to go in peaks and troughs a lot of the time, and I don't know. We'll just have to see how I can work on that a little bit. I've also thought a lot about how I'm going to achieve what I'm trying to achieve, because the back of my head is kind of like, you're trying to do too much, and that could be the case, but I still want to do it. So I thought, well, take a breath, draw back, think, how can I do this? And I think the way I can do this is by sitting down and really making a plan. I have a vision board that I made a couple of years ago, which I put effort into and time into, and then I put it in a cupboard. And I don't think it should be in a cupboard, because obviously I open the door occasionally, I see it, but it's not there in front of me all the time. So I'm looking to make a new vision board, a little bit more succinct. That this one was over, I think I used A3 paper, is that the bigger paper? And I used 3 pages, so it's a lot. I'm going to try and bring it down to exactly what I want, put it somewhere that I can see it, and hopefully act on it. The overall reason I want to do this is because I want to make my life as good as it can be for me. I want to, so I'm just going to get a sip of tea. I have a little bit of a cold, so I just need a little sip, excuse me. I want to feel good about myself at the end of each day, which thankfully I'm beginning to do. I want to achieve some things just for myself, just to say that I did them and I can do them. I have chosen things that I enjoy doing, and that in itself should make it easier to keep going with them. So that's the past. The present at the moment is, apart from sitting here making this video, I have got very bad at getting out of bed in the mornings. I wake early, but I kind of lie there. I don't normally have to be at work till 9 o'clock, but I'm actually a morning person and I would get my best work done. But I've just become like, first off I was like, oh, if I've not been feeling well or whatever, just take it easy, bring yourself round in the mornings, which, there's a place for that too. But now I've decided that I want to be up in the mornings, I want to be moving, as the FlyLady system says, dress to shoes, except I don't put my shoes on in the house because I forget and I walk out with them. So I do wear slippers in the house, and then I have Crocs by the back door because I'm in and out of the garden and I change into them. But I'd get dressed to earrings, ding ding, that's my little thing. So even if it's a Saturday and I'm going nowhere or I'm just going gardening, I put on a little pair of earrings. Where was I? Okay, getting up. So my plan for getting up was, I have tried different things like my phone, putting it at the end of the bed. I get up, turn off the alarm, get back into bed with my phone. Oops, then you're on the phone, and that's another rabbit hole gone down. So now I've decided I turn off the internet in my home. Actually, I've turned it off for 2 days and haven't turned it on. I'll be turning it on to upload this video. So my partner is always up early, so he rings the house phone, which is downstairs, and that gets me out of bed, because so far I've been downstairs before he's had to ring it again. And last week it was just getting up, so I went downstairs in my dressing gown, house coat, whatever you like to call it. This week I get up, I'm getting dressed, and I'm going downstairs, and it's really been good actually. I've struggled this morning. It was like, oh no, the clock's gone off again, or the phone's ringing, but I did it. So my aim for next week is to do that. So my vision board is my aim, to keep getting up, getting dressed straight away in the morning, but to try and pare back exactly what it is I want to do, why I want to do it, and how I'm going to do it. I know everything is positive and everything's good for me, and I'm not prepared to give up on anything I want to do. But it's how I'm going to bring it forward. I suppose the thing at the moment is it's coming to the end of the gardening season. I garden, I grow vegetables. I've been harvesting this week, harvested the last of the runner beans. We're eating sweet corn at the moment, which is fantastic. I have carrots growing in the polytunnel, which I can leave in the ground for another while. Turnips and cabbages that we can eat as we go. I have potatoes that are harvested, mostly there's a few left inside the polytunnel. But gardening takes up a lot of time, and I absolutely love it, but I suppose now that there's a lull in it, maybe that's the way I have to go, and maybe do the writing more in the winter time than the summertime. We'll see. I'd like to be able to get myself into a routine where, like I'm doing with the home and the FlyLady system, I have a plan and I do a little bit here and a little bit there. The one thing I cannot get to grips with in the FlyLady system is timing. I cannot set a timer and rush for it. I just think it's me. I don't like rushing. I just don't. It just doesn't. I don't like being up against that. You know. I said it earlier on about being your own life coach. I've tried in the past exercise classes, and the thing I don't like about the exercise class, I don't like somebody saying to me, come on, get it faster, get it higher, just everything. I just don't like it. And I think the same with the FlyLady. I do my jobs and I don't spend forever doing them. Like, I mean, it doesn't take me a long time to make the bed. It doesn't take me a long time to do a swish and swipe, but I don't set the timer for it. The one thing I set the timer for is decluttering, because you can open a cupboard and you could spend 2 hours when you really don't want to. So I do put a timer on myself for decluttering. I think it's because it's a job that doesn't really have an end. Like, you make the bed, end of, bed's made. I swish and swipe the bathroom, end of, it's done. But decluttering, you open a cupboard, that could take you to the next cupboard, I know it could be anyway. So I set my timer for that. Speaking of decluttering, I really struggled this week. If you'd asked me 2 weeks ago about decluttering, I'd have thought, not a problem, I don't mind, I get rid of stuff, no problem. 3 days it took me, 3 days to get rid of 1 bowl and 1 plate, and they both had a chip on them. I noticed them when I was drying up the dishes, and I have a plate rack over the sink, and I thought about the plate, I saw the chip and I put it away. The bowl the same, put it in the cupboard. Next day, because we don't have a huge amount of plates and bowls, same plate, same bowl, saw them again and thought, I should throw them out. And then I thought, oh, I could use them. Maybe I could put them under a plant pot. Maybe I could, I don't know. Put them back again. the next day I woke up in the morning and thought, that plate and bowl have got to go. Why am I keeping them? I have lots of plates and bowls. I know we use the same few over and over, but I have more than enough. So I went down, got the plate, got the bowl, took them out, and went straight out and put them in the bin. I even thought, can I break them up and use them for crock at the bottom of a flower pot? I don't need crock at the bottom of flower pots. I have stones if I want to use anything at the bottom of a flower pot. I have, sure, I'll find a broken chipped plate again if I need crocks at the bottom of a pot. I didn't need them, but I really struggled with that. And I was thinking about it, and I think it was actually just the decision to do it. I could not make the decision to do it. Eventually I did. So that was my little decluttering stumble block for last week. Onwards to this week, as it's Tuesday today, I am planning day, like as in FlyLady system. So my plan this week is also going to include redoing my vision board, maybe taking things that I have and adapting them, making it a little bit more concise, and making myself a vision board that I would put on display, probably in my desk, which I'm going to tidy up. And then I'm going to include making YouTube videos. It's easy. My aim for that is to make 17. I think that's the right amount up until Christmas. I'm going to make 17 regardless. I don't care whether they're watched, they're not watched. But for myself, I'm going to make 17 YouTube videos. With that in mind, I've actually ordered myself a stand for my phone, a stand, and so I can take selfies and easier, because at the moment I have the camera placed on a shoebox. And yeah, so also I'm going to be working on 17 YouTube videos, a little bit of editing, and hopefully becoming more concise. And with that, hopefully getting things done that I want to get done. Thank you for watching. If anybody does, I would love a like just to see if you can see some improvement. Thanks very much. Bye bye.